For those of you who have been putting off applying to the SBA EIDL Loan or the EIDL Targeted Advance, time is ticking because those programs are ending very soon. Last month, the SBA announced that the deadline to apply for the EIDL Loan, the EIDL Targeted Advance, and the Supplemental Targeted Advance is December 31st. But, and this is really important, that if you're applying to the Targeted Advance and trying to also get the Supplemental Targeted Advance, that it's actually important to apply by December 10th, and I know this date has passed. This is due to some legal requirements and just due to the backlog of applications and processing times. They want you to actually get that application in as soon as possible to give you the best chance of actually getting that money. Again, since December 10th has already passed, I definitely recommend getting your applications in as soon as possible because you cannot get the Supplemental Targeted Advance without first going through the process of the Targeted Advance. So there's actually a longer lead time to be able to get the Supplemental. If you have applied but are looking to get your application either reconsidered or appeal the decision, the deadline to also get those requests in is December 31st. As you can notice, there's a little bit of a pattern here. However, for the appeal to qualify, you actually also have to submit your appeal within the specified time frame of the regulations of the program. What do they mean by that? It means that your appeal will only be considered if you submit within 6 months from the date of decline for reconsideration. If it takes you longer than 6 months to get back to writing an appeal, or if the funds have run out, then you won't be able to get that appeal even if you submit before the December 31st deadline. If you haven't applied at all yet, use the link in the description to start your application for the EIDL Loan, Targeted Advance, and Supplemental Targeted. On this page, you'll see a big red button that says Start the Application Process. So this is where you go to begin your application. And if you want the advance but you don't want the loan, as the advance is the money that you don't have to pay back, you still have to basically start the application process as if you're applying to the loan. Later on in the process, even if you get accepted into the loan, you have the option to decline it and just move forward with applying to the Targeted Advance. So yes, there is a lot of steps. There is quite a bit of processing time depending on where you are in the process. So make sure that if you haven't started it, please, 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 if you want this money, apply today. So what are the requirements to be able to qualify for the Targeted Advance, which is basically the first step of getting that grant money? I've said this in pretty much every SBA video I've made so far, but if you're new here or if you just like to tune me out, here are some of the biggest qualifications that you need to hit in order to actually get this grant money. The first one is that your business has to be in a qualifying low-income area. And to remove any interpretations of this rule, the SBA actually has an income map on their website where you can check the address of your business and see if it's labeled as a low-income community. That way you can check ahead of time and not waste your time applying if you're not in a low-income area defined by the SBA. The second big requirement is that you have to basically show that you've had a 30% reduction in revenue from 2019 to 2020 due to COVID. They're going to look at a specified 8-week period in 2020, sometime after March 2nd, and compare it to 2019. You actually have to write in the gross monthly revenue on your application, and then the SBA later on in the process will actually ask for your tax returns to basically match up this information and make sure it matches what's on your application. Number 3, the business had to be established pre-disaster, which means if you didn't start your business until March 2020 or later, you probably won't qualify for this program. Which does suck, especially if you still have a business that was impacted by COVID, but they just need to show that 30% reduction in revenue. So if you don't have any income or tax forms to show for 2019, there's nothing for the SBA to compare it to, unfortunately. And a fourth big requirement of this program is that this Targeted Advance was really meant to help out small businesses, hence the Small Business Administration doing this program. So you have to have 300 or less employees to qualify as a small business by the SBA. So if you believe that you meet all these requirements and you haven't submitted your application for any of these loan or grant programs yet, I really suggest you do. It's great to be able to get that grant money, and you can get up to $15,000 from the SBA for this program. And that's specifically just what you can get in grants, which you don't have to pay back. You can also get a really low interest EIDL loan to help you cover expenses and basically help keep you afloat, especially if you were really impacted by COVID. But again, time is running out super quickly. These programs are coming to an end after almost being around for 2 years. So take advantage while you can. It's very, very unlikely a great program like this will come around in the near future. I received the Targeted Advance as well as the Supplemental Advance for my business, and I have a video talking about how I was declined originally for the Targeted Advance, but how I was able to successfully ask for a reconsideration and was able to get that as well as the additional $5,000 that comes with the supplemental. Check out that video in the description if you're interested, and I also have a link to all my SBA videos if you're looking for more information on this program. I wanted to keep this video short today because I know time is of the essence, so I hope this helped. Ask me any questions that you have in the comments below, and I will talk to you guys soon.